Hey folks, today we're breaking down Predator Badlands. What works, what flops, and if it deserves your time. Let's dive in. What if the Predator woke up one day and said, I'm tired of being the jump scare in the jungle. I want my own emotional sci-fi adventure with a cute sidekick and a robot bestie? That's basically Predator Badlands. This movie takes the ultimate 80s monster and flips him into a full-blown underdog hero. And somehow also sneaks in a buddy road movie, found family, and a Disney-level creature that looks ready for merch. The story follows Dek, the runt of his Yautja clan. He's weaker, smaller, and constantly treated like alien embarrassment. After things go very wrong with his brutal father, Dek ends up on a hostile planet called Genna, a place that looks like Avatar's Pandora, but with more things trying to eat you every 5 minutes. His mission? Prove himself by killing the legendary monster Kalisk, basically the final boss of this universe.
So this is your first hunt?
On the way, he meets Thea, a fast-talking Wayland-Yutani android who's literally missing half her body, and a tiny creature called Bud, who's like Baby Yoda's feral cousin.
Could help you.
Together, this mismatched team go on a survival road trip through neon storms, alien deserts, and corporate nonsense. When you hear new Predator movie, you probably expect sweaty soldiers, pitch-black horror, and R-rated spine-ripping. Badlands looks at that expectation and goes, cool, but what if we made it a PG-13 sci-fi adventure with feelings? The tone is way lighter, the focus shifts from humans to the Predator himself, and there's a surprising amount of humor and heart. Critics loved this direction. Audiences gave it a massive 95% approval score and called it one of the best entries since the original. Hardcore fans, though? Some of them are still in the corner screaming Disneyfication into the void.
Good luck with your journey.
The biggest win here is Dek. Thanks to a blend of prosthetics and VFX, he's not just a roaring mask anymore. You can actually read his emotions through his eyes. People even compared the facial work to the Planet of the Apes style of performance capture, and there's real vulnerability in how he moves, how he fails, how he keeps getting up. Then there's Thea. Ella Fanning absolutely owns this movie in dual roles as both Thea and the darker android Tessa. Thea is chatty, funny, annoying in the best way, and brings all the levity. Tessa is cold and terrifying, like if your Siri decided to join the Empire. Their presence turns this from a simple monster movie into a full-on character piece, and the odd couple chemistry between Dek and Thea is the emotional spine of the film. Visually, Badlands is a feast. The planet Genna looks like concept art that accidentally became a feature film. Alien deserts, neon lightning, weird fauna, and massive creatures lurking in the background like heavy metal album covers. Critics describe some frames as painterly, almost like Frank Frazetta's work, and the action is shot cleanly. You always know who's hitting who and from where, which is rare in modern CGI chaos. And the way Dek fights? That's the fun part. Instead of just using Predator gadgets, he starts MacGyvering the entire ecosystem. Acid-spitting lizards become shoulder cannons, paralysis plants become grenades, explosive worms become landmines. It feels like someone turned a survival video game skill tree into a movie, and it pays off in a very satisfying third-act payoff where everything that tried to kill him earlier becomes a weapon in his hands.
The definitive apex predators.
The score from Sarah Schachner and Benjamin Wallfish leans into percussion-heavy electronic vibes with a tribal pulse. It gives that epic space hunt energy, and people literally mentioned staying through the credits just to keep listening. Now, let's talk about why some fans are mad. First, the tone. This is the first PG-13 Predator film, so the classic red blood and hardcore gore? Pretty much gone. Most of the violence is aimed at creatures and synths, with green or white fluids flying around instead of human limbs. For people who grew up on the raw, sweaty horror of the 1987 original, this feels soft. Add in quippy dialogue, a cute alien sidekick, and a big focus on found family. And you can see why a section of the fandom started shouting MCU side project and Disney slop. Story-wise, the movie isn't flawless either. Some twists like Bud's true identity are very easy to see coming. A few side characters feel underwritten, and there are convenient moments where Deck seems to master tactics or creatures a bit too quickly. The pacing is fast, great for entertainment, but sometimes so fast you barely sit with the emotional beats before the next action piece kicks in. Technically, the film is gorgeous overall, but not perfect. A few early scenes are criticized for being too dark and murky, even in premium formats, and some of the bigger CGI-heavy sequences get a little visually chaotic. When the movie slows down and lets the environment breathe, it looks stunning. When everything explodes at once, it occasionally turns into digital noise. So, should you watch Predator? Badlands? If you're a purist who only wants jungle horror, extreme gore, and mysterious, unstoppable predator monsters, this might feel like blasphemy. You'll probably roll your eyes at the cute creature and the emotional speeches. But if you're open to the idea of a sci-fi adventure where the predator is an underdog hero, teamed up with a chaotic android and a murderously adorable pet on a dangerous alien planet, this is a genuinely fun, visually stunning ride with a real heart. Watch it like a serious horror sequel and you'll be angry. Watch it like a wild space adventure about an exiled monster learning to be a protector, and you'll have a great time. That's my take on Predator: Badlands. Loved it or hated it? Tell me in the comments and hit like and subscribe for more reviews.